Hey folks, welcome to a new episode of mine. What you're about to see today is an old episode. While maybe only releasing in 2026, maybe releasing 2026, it was actually recorded back in 2022. And I was very slow in getting it released and getting it out to you. And for that I do apologize. But it's released now. Just keep in mind, he's old. So, I ask for your forbearance, that's all. And I'll leave you to it. Oh, folks, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. It's been a long time since I played this. Last time I recorded was October 2021. I think sometime after that I went back to Battle for Azeroth. I also recorded a little bit of Outer Scrolls Online. Then I did a bit of Shadow Mordor, maybe, perhaps, but more relevantly I went on with Shadowlands, there we go. I played it for a bit and then never went back to it, so my mind's just blanking it. I've been of two minds of going back to that or going back to this. Maybe I'll go back to the other one next month. But for now, let's work on this one. I'm not going to play it for too long, it's already late. It's mainly... Ooh, things have sold. See what's this for? Just the cheese souffle. Great. Ooh, some sort on you. 3 rings and a chunk of and a load of dark steel nuggets. Ooh, stuff is sold. More dark steel nuggets. Some acorn cookies and dark steel nuggets. Two rings. And 37 high quality iron nails. Okay. So, let's return to Slathborn. Oh, shit. Alright. 1 second. 04, 05, 06, 07. Alright. Let's rock. Slathborn. Drunkaren. It's good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Cortus? How's Vortems is to send us a second shipment? We'll send thanks to Lord Harkerfunt for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, fear will attract ever greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, often also recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. This wouldn't be useful for me. I'm pretty, for this time, pretty well geared. And better would not come from these quests. Slathborn is news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. I'm not great at sustaining voices. I apologize. And I can never remember how I did it or what voice I did. While you're away in Cortus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed. although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do it a hand? I wish Yada wasn't so eager to look to the future when so many problems in the here and now. Your bout with Hoary Boulder was more stirring than the lines of my most passionate poetry. Mayhap I should arrange a sparring match of my own. In a few videos I've been recording as of late, Elite Dangerous and X Beyond the Frontier, I was getting a little bored with them. Just the flying around, there's nothing happening. So I started reading poetry. I will sodomize you, and I will facefuck you. Cocksucker Aurelius and bottom bitch furious. That is an actual line from poetry. Catullus. Whoever translated may have had a bit of fun with the translation, but yeah. He was quite surly with his poetry. Honestly, if we had learned him in school, I'd have been a lot more interested. He was, at the very least, called himself this. Apparently others did as well. The worst poet in Rome. Though it was less because he was how surly he was, and more because he just wrote about his own personal shit. The woman he lusted for, the different romantic relations he had, his brother's death. He wrote a poem dedicated to his friend in comfort of him when his wife had passed, saying that he gave her his best life as she could have wished for. She was happy while she was with him. He did not write poems of, great battles and whatnot, like Homer or Virgil. I believe Virgil may have been active at the time. He didn't write poetry like that. And that's what was in taste. Certainly, Catullus' work, while being a lot more crass than modern stuff, would have fitted in quite well. But poets back in the day were very different. Singing of battles and the like, or wars and, brave, noble deeds, or what have you, rather than, writing a poem that to someone, telling them to ready themselves for 9 successive copulations. My dick is poking through my cloak and tunic. That's literally how it ends. Another Catullus work. It's crass, I know, but it's art. Artiste. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm so tempted to follow the lot in my wastepaper basket. Ah, Drumgren, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to new recruits? They're scattered around about Revenant's Toll. I haven't time to track them all down. Recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if Sans will ever have matching uniforms. Well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. They apparently changed some of the dungeons in Endwalker of the low tier stuff. They've actually changed. I would see some Endwalker changes if I went and did it one of these dungeons. Realm Reborn shit has been changed, adjusted, apparently improved, though maybe made more difficult. Excuse me. Those who believe this come no see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the course. Ultramarine uniform. A deep blue uniform crafted specifically for Alphinaud's new trial organization. Alright. Go work under Tiny Papa Smurf. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization's made a name for itself, we shall be well to plenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Y'all okay? I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Ah, and our uniforms. Reminded my induction into the Wood Whalers. Now I fail to see what so engages their attention. Likewise. It is one hell of a sight, though. Let's be fair. The Scarlet Guard reminds me as a proud member. The Scarlet Guard marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Umso and Minsa. Yet in truth, it stands for the betterment of the realm, until this new company find an opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh, now that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Oh, remember that dungeon I was doing back in. You start at level 1 and you start leveling up, and you can go beyond your current level. Apparently, that is a good way of leveling up. Remember that chick that went mad? She was going to go back to her hometown and, start again as an adventurer, but instead she starts, having a thing for her fiance's head. Yeah, man, she was in that heroic dungeon and she plummeted to the bottom. She's actually tied in with that other dungeon. The one where you start at level 1 and level up again. She's actually apparently tied in with that. So I should go have a look at that again. I never did finish that run. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own path forwards. Yeah, she was another one of the early adventurers, but this one fared a lot better. Her partner just retired. He got too old. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Do the others have their uniforms already? We should be on my way before the ceremony begins. I'll make you proud, Isildur. I began as a humble Aetrite guard, yet as you've witnessed, I stand poised to join the glorious new order, where before my pockets were empty, now they shall bulge with coin. He's from Oda. That's just how they are. Forgive me for shedding the red, Admiral, but I must devote my efforts to the greatest good. Ilbert. I don't believe we've met. I'm Elbert, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as a captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There's no easier method for creating a common bond amongst what is essentially a band of strangers. And it's easier to tell each other apart on the battlefield. There's a story IRL of a contingent of soldiers during a battle. They decided to betray their brothers in arms and join the enemies. One issue is, they never changed out of their uniforms. So their new allies didn't realize they had new allies, and cut them down all the same. I was very more than a refugee myself for a time. Know what it is to be without hope. Should do my utmost to see this company succeed. Little Meho could learn much from Remnant's Toll, that this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra coat in time. 'Tis not that I enjoy bearing my skin, you understand. Tannon was simply very hot. Never mind. Understandable. It was a fucking desert. Dromker and Taladros. Gods, I didn't expect to meet you strung about town. Tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. 'Tis an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. I have followed the deeds of the Signs with great awe and admiration. The fight at your side has long been a dream I can scarce believe is coming true. Hello, lad. Looking for me, was ye? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear amongst all the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure it should be fine after making a few adjustments. Oh, I never did talk to him again. Kinda want to talk to each of them twice. Here's hoping I don't run across any of my old mates wearing this outfit. I'll have to laughter ringing in my ears for days. Okay, I think I got them all. No, this won't do at all. Then I'll have to... Oh, hello, Drumcren. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment. Just freaking out. Yes, Drumcren? Ah, Tataro mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. So I'm answered to the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We're not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? This is my hope, it's that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Dromkran. Once lots of recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made.
It is kind of a goofy outfit. Few are not wearing their hats.
With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Crystal Braves. I feel like that's a reference.
Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus, does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed.
48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Hope that audio bounce is fine.
Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Interesting salute.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
I hate all the French names. I will never be able to say them.
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Apparently in Heaven's Word On, they do get, like, vast majority of them do get new voice actors, apparently. Of the Scions and the like. That's what someone said. Not sure if they ended up re-recording any of this dialogue, but we'll know once we get to Heaven's Word and On.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger.
Oh god. Someone was tweeting out, they would claim that they were in a store and someone noticed the ring they were wearing. And I guess they're wearing it on the wedding ring. So rather than... They were honest about it. They really like Urianger here. They really like them. They outright said their name. They're very embarrassed. Very embarrassed about it. They really like the character, I guess.
My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
Unless she never regains consciousness. She's just permanently in a coma. Wasting away.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
Yeah, it was just someone trying to take out Ruby weapon.
I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louis, I pray you yet watch over us.
Even star hat. I'm gonna take it because it looks like it has a nice look to it, honestly. Want to transmog it. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Elf Pope. New chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Eorzea defended. Oh yeah. It's not quite to my tastes, but we can work it. 1 sec. 27, 28, 29, 30. Menfilia would have you assist Alphanode. His new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. Must concentrate instead on the problems at present. The problems have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, we'll be certain that we'll hear of it. And not until such time as a permanent solution to the problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Oranger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the Dark Beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us then speak of more current matters, in particular the state of Crystal Braves. Alphanode did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely, though I doubt not that he's doing his best. I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I've offered someone the Archon to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphanode has entrusted countless matters important to your care in the past, but if you will not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer? I should be most grateful if you would go to him, and support him in whatever manner you're able. More people to talk to. From invoices to petitions to, it's a war drunk Ren. That desk is my front line, and I fear I've been overrun. Oh, she's adorable. Many of my countrymen are skilled with bow or blade. I've made it my mission to rally those with such talent to the Braves' cause. I hope we can be of some small assistance. Condemn refugees to death. Wait, that's not right. In which case, we must guide them to Little Mayo, else we condemn them to certain death. Ada, what did I just tell you? She gets confused and just starts beating the shit out of the refugees. I was like, oh wait, sorry. Dispatch the first unit to Oliva, second and fourth to stand by for further orders. Yes, this would be foolish to sacrifice nutrition for flavor. If Hiragiri and our more skilled culinarians work closely together, they're said to create culinary dishes sure to satisfy Eorzean and Domain alike. In traditional man cuisine, we strive for a perfect balance, not only of flavor and texture, but also nutrition. For a meal to be truly satisfying, must nourish the body as well as delight the senses. Dazzling floral arrangement, each blossom a purest beauty in her own right. Ah, the blessing and burden of an overactive imagination. Is he talking about those three? See, he's kind of watching them. Or facing the right direction. So your uniforms are really rather striking. But I think I should remain aside for the nonce. These walls have become my home and signs of my family. Besides, I'm not sure blue is really my color. The green in my cassock brings out my eyes. This is Hori's breeches, bring out the red in his. Look forward and never back. Devote yourself only to the present. This is what I've learned from the demands. What is it, Drunk Ren? And do be concise, I am rather busy. You'd lend a hand, you say? I see. Oh. Now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant in trusting to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I have little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there's already great demand for our services, and we're hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second in command, Captain Hilbert. Tell him that I sent you and will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Drunk Ren. Yeah. Just repeats himself.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you?
Oh, you got a voice actor. I don't even get subtitles.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
Oh, I find your confidence misplaced, but sure. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just paranoid after screwing up on the recording end.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst.
Oh, sorry.
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly.
Oh, remember that fight we did? We had to take out some engineer that was serving the Empire, and it was just a group of us on this one guy, and it was kind of a joke fight. People would make go on like, "Oh, it's so difficult," just to screw with people. Apparently they have actually changed that fight up. Made it actually more proper.
Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway. And if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
Sure, we'll go say hi to Raban. Wasn't there two guys here? Was that one of the guys I recruited? Ah, Raban's just out in the open.
Well, well, what brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not?
Yeah, I don't remember too much. I don't know anything about this new guy, but this guy was a gladiator. And now he's the right hand of the Sultana. He serves in military matters, and as an impromptu podium for her. He's also a close confidant and whatnot of her. Life really changed for him.
Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Al Amigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it.
Why would the brass blades toss them in irons? And the brass blades are infamously corrupt, so...
Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Okay, that's even more insane. Not only does he end up as a slave fighter? Prisoner fighter? He ends up buying out the Colosseum he's fighting in. Putting himself on the ruling council of the city-state.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, You are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, you know, trying to, you know, throw words around like that with me just standing to one side. It's just like, you know, I've stabbed a mech with a spear, and likewise a couple of gods. Or primals. It makes things a little awkward.
I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil.
I do not remember who that is.
But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monitorists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland.
Ooh, hello. Hello, elf.
Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Back and forth. Ilbert is eager to continue his investigation into Garlean's spy known as the Ivy. Our run for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let's return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Olivier. Someone moved out. Oh, Hosen. Where have those younglings disappeared to? Making most of their newfound freedom, no doubt. We returned from Olda, Commander. And I'm home too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You recall that the fort was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. So after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to report, one of ours has been taken captive. Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and have grave fears for his safety. Must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Beg your pardons, Commander, but we've not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Sam. A new prepared rescue party won't serve to provide the Garleans with more captives. Your time is of the essence. Simply put, you're the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you're willing. But of course you are. Now, Elaine of the fort lies in wait in the Tangle, near the entrance to the Castrum Sentry. Seek her out and she'll praise you of the situation. Only thing new is I pray for your success. Nice art. I do find it funny, I've entirely out-leveled Heaven's Ward. As far as I know, it's 50-60. So, yeah, I've entirely out-leveled it. Hang in there, Rish. We'll free you yet. You would aid us in rescue mission. We were in your dead warrior fight. Now, time is against us, so let me brief you on the situation. Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Rish, and hung our way to the cast from yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. If we speak, Garleans made interrogating Rish or worse. With our hurts, I fear she will not survive long their intentions. Let's rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as Mithril. None of us will stand by while comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the fort, will infiltrate the Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Rish before it's too late. Remember these. I just didn't look. And Rish in here. This is obviously a trap, but did she try and escape comfort of her maiden, eh? Like, it's just a trap, or did she try to escape? And they were like, yeah, let's... You know, some friends are probably coming for her, you know. At least this way we don't have to drag her outside for it. Sure, I got a potion on me. Where am I? Rish, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of White. How did they get in? I thought they went through the front gate. The only other way would have been like this way. Maybe bring a giant ladder. Now, to quit this cursed place, we cannot move with those wounds. Should need to be carried out. But diversion's in order. Why would it trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I expect the Garleans will only be too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If we were to create a commotion within the cast room, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. And to speak again once we're safe outside these walls. Thank you. I just get out of here. Intruder detected. You know, there's something comforting about playing this after so long. It's not quite WoW. I've played that for so long, and I know it feels weird playing MMOs outside of it, but it's actually comforting to be back to it. You'll not leave this place alive. The mecha viewers cannot put me down. What chance do ye? I probably will pick up Endwalker at some point and give a try to Reaper. It's a melee class. It's not quite like what I would want of a big two-handed sword or whatever, but it's got a sight. So it'll do. Sound the alarm. Distraction. I feel like there should have been more to it, but sure. I've awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. Done great service indeed. Thanks for your aid. Our comrade Reach is safe. We suffer no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left to go report the mission success. The Commander Louvier should go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Now, it's a success, but the overall mission, what you actually came out here for, is a failure. Okay, I will call it after this upcoming conversation. It does me well to see you thus returned, though I doubt not your prowess. Entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to have been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as you want. Excuse me. At least you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the demands. Thanks to their expert administrations, the danger's past. You have my gratitude, Drumcaran. Allow me to thank you also, San. Rish owes you our life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire's not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, let's see to it that our men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I don't rest until we've identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you'll succeed, Captain. As for you, Drumcaran, I realize that you've scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Cortez. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and had expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You're familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you're ready. Okay, I'll call this here. I hope you've enjoyed. Till then.